Good morning, Cancer. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Cancer, this is going to be your weekly read from January 8th to January 14th. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that's you, welcome to the channel as well. So guys, we're going to jump right on into it. I was picking up some interesting energy though right off the bat. Not quite sure. It's kind of like, could be kind of like an in-between worlds kind of vibe this week for you guys. But it was like trying to find a balance. I don't know if balance is the right word for this, but it's kind of like an in-between of how sweet life can be and then how very difficult and challenging it can be all in the same time. So we're going to just kind of jump into the cards and see what's happening. Guys, personal reads will be opening up here before long. I just, coming off that hiatus, trying to get back in the swing of things. It's been a little bit of a challenge for myself. So thanks for being patient and bearing with me. Your inner child reading has been posted, so take a look at that if you have not yet done so. And then other signs for any other placements you may have will be out here before long as well. So, all right, Cancer, let's see. Spirit for January 8th. They're switching me up here. Hang on a second. We're going to grab one of these guys and see. Spirit saying just one. All right, for Cancer, January 8th. Through the 14th, Spirit for the star sign of Cancer. What do they need to know? Guys, I can't help but feel like you're being watched. Like something that you're doing is... But somebody could be questioning where you are this week, what you're doing in your downtime, like kind of expecting a little more of you than they should be, I'm going to say. It's like other people, like if this is like a work situation, they could be like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say dicking around. But it's like you could be feeling like other people are asking you to pull the weight of other people is how this feels to me. It's like, it doesn't matter what these two are doing, but what are you doing? And it's an interesting energy, Cancer, that's coming through for you guys. I just get this feeling of like you trying to juggle, and Spirit is saying remain silent. So I'm not sure. It's interesting. I wasn't counting on these cards coming out like this. You're trying to hold back this week. I just don't feel like you're making a lot of movement. Like you're kind of like in observation mode. So we'll see. I'm going to pull these other cards before I speak too much on that. But it's an interesting dynamic. Specialization and center. But I feel like you're trying to like kind of cocoon yourself somehow. Like you could be working on your spirituality this week. There could be some things going on that you're trying to alchemize within you. But then you've got this outside influence that is like, where are you? What are you doing? So again, I feel like someone's questioning like where you are. And then you get this listen card. Like I feel like someone is like keeping eyes on you. All eyes could be on you this week, Cancer, for some reason. Not sure how this is playing out for you guys. This is a very strange energy. There's been a lot of weird energy floating around this year to begin with, and you guys are kind of caught in it, but I also feel like you're trying not to draw attention to yourself right now. Ten of Swords and the Six of Pentacles on the split, and lately, you know, the way my guides show me things, they tend to change sometimes. And the Six of Pentacles, I used to see that as like a balancing energy, right? But it's like somebody is I'm going to call this out of flow. Okay, like, I know, weird faces, me and my expressions. But it's like someone's taking, someone's giving, and it's causing, I kind of feel like you're turning your back to things, and that may be why someone is like, where are you? What are you doing? So you could just not be showing up the way that people are used to, and that's making them uncomfortable, okay? So, very interesting read so far, Cancer, the way this is coming through. What is this for Cancer? King of Pentacles coming out in the reverse. Whatever this is, you're not feeling very secure. If this is a work situation, you're ready to move on to something that's better suited for you. And it's like, if someone feels like they gave you an opportunity, they feel like you're just not in it. And it's like they could have thrown responsibility on you. For some of you, you might have stepped up to the plate on something, then realizing you bit off more than you could chew, and you're just like, you know what? I really don't have time for this. There's no way that I can balance these things, because right now there's something within me that's calling me to me that I need to address with me, that I don't have time or the resources to invest into something. And it's like you're trying to turn your attention to where you're feeling depleted. And I don't think that someone else is very happy about that this week, Cancer. I kind of feel like you're off in your own world, doing your own thing. Other people could be seeing you as being irresponsible to maybe responsibilities, task, or whatever that might be. And someone else is kind of pissy about it. Like they're demanding answers, they're demanding responses, they're demanding your attention. I don't feel like you're giving it to them, though. It's almost like, and you may not even realize, this person could be doing this on a very subtle front, where you may not even recognize that they're giving this attention to you quite yet. I think by Saturday, it's going to becoming very clear to you that, oh shit, something's going on here. But I feel like you're doing what you feel like you need to do. And it's almost like you ever like get into a situation where, I don't know, we'll just say you didn't pay the electric bill. I don't know. And like all of a sudden they're calling and you're trying to ignore their phone calls. Like, I know it's due. Don't remind me, you know, like I gotta wait till the next payday. But it's like that tension, that anxiety is building up. For some reason, you may feel that building up, and you're trying to find an outlet to like walk away from that energy. And that's for some of you. Spirit is saying 3/4 of you, not all of you, but some of you, where you're just trying to avoid any upheaval. And but on the flip of this is someone who's demanding answers. I just keep hearing demanding answers, demanding answers. For some of you, maybe you're the one demanding answers, or somebody that you feel like checked out on you and checked out on responsibility as well. Very, very interesting energy. I wasn't expecting this. There's that idea of balance showing up again. Yin and yang energy, woman holding heart. I feel like, Cancer, you're putting certain things to the back burner. As I say that, there's the 8 of Cups, and she's got that burning cup behind her, right? It's like there's just certain things that you're just not, you could find yourself not having the energy to address this week, or not wanting to deal with it this week, because it's like your head is somewhere else. So regardless of where that somewhere else is, like it's not where someone is requesting or requiring you to be, and you're just kind of like, fuck it. Like it's almost like you don't even see it. You don't see it. You don't recognize it. You're not interested in whatever this is. It's like, you know, what's the words that I'm looking for here? It's like, just, you know, these boots are made for walking kind of vibe is how it feels to me. Door to value, you could 4/4 here, 4/4/4. So trip force could be very important to you. Door to spirit, underlining that, those cards there, the energy here of the reading. There's something here about you recognizing where reciprocity is not being had. And it's like you're starting to understand that you're worth more, whether this is just in the sense of the way you feel, what it is you're being paid, if this is a job, how you're being valued in a situation. And it's like you're off to seek that balance. It's kind of like your soul is pushing you or guiding you to find this reciprocal, right? It's like, what meets me where I am, what is going to help me thrive. And You could have thought that maybe a situation was meant for you at one point, but it's like it's showing up as half of the value of what it's worth. It's not showing, you know, so like, let's say you took a job, right? And, you know, they made you a bunch of promises, and then you get into the job in like 2 weeks, you're like, this is nothing. You know, this isn't even half of what they said was going to be, and this is what I signed up for. This is bullshit. And I just feel like you're just not going to invest in that. You're diving into your emotional energy of who you are, Cancer, Queen of Cups behind that. There you are, right? Like you're walking away from something or a situation that is not fulfilling you, and it leaves you feeling unsecure. It leaves you feeling unstabilized. It makes you, you know, and it's like someone here could be, I would be careful with the finances. A lot of money related cards here showing up, and just the few that are here on the table. And it's like, don't be irresponsible with your spending this week. Be very cautious of that, because I do feel like the Spirit is saying there are future plans that you've had. So you want to make sure that you're handling that. And, you know, if this is a job change or something to that effect, or starting to realize, like, maybe the beginning of the year you were promised a raise, you don't see it coming. I'm going to give it 2 weeks, 4 weeks. If it doesn't show up, then I'm going to make a move, right? So there's something about that around, like, the whether it's the financial or the abundance or whatever this is that is coming in, or was supposed to have come in, or it was a promise that was made that is only living up to half of its potential. And it's weird because they're showing me like that 8 and that 4. 4 is half of 8, right? But then they're showing me these 3 4s again, and they're like, well, that's 12. And it's like, they're also saying group collaborations on something as well. But it's also about the fact that it's like, where you would maybe rank yourself a 10, you could go somewhere else and get, or an 8, we'll say an 8, scale 1 to 8. You're ranking yourself at an 8. This job or whatever this situation is only giving you half of what you're worth, whereas you recognize there's going to be something outside of you, or something else, another option that is going to give you 12, right? Like you're going to go above and beyond to give you what it is that you deserve and desire. So it's weird how they're showing that to me, but it's Spirit just said it's a complete change in direction. You've got the Temperance card with this again, equivocal flow, right? Like needing that flow, needing that energy. High Priestess and the Fool. I feel like your give a shits have been busted, in the sense that it's like, you know that Fool is the new journey. It is the new way. It is starting over from scratch. It's having a new learning experience, right? And I feel like with that energy, it's you're willing to take the risk. You're willing to gamble on what comes next, because it's like, this is not working. For some of you, this could have popped up around December as well. 5 of Cups, like it's a bittersweet ending to a particular situation, but you also know that it's not bringing balance. The 2 of Swords coming out in reverse, 5 of Cups coming out sideways, Knight of Pentacles. You're making an investment elsewhere this week, Cancer. And I feel like this is a long overdue thing too, because it's like, again, like this faulty promise or whatever this was of security, stability, where maybe was promised to you that way, it's done completely just the opposite. And it's like you've sat on this where it's like, did I make a bad choice? Did I hang on to something that I thought I loved or I thought I was happy with, and now I'm realizing, like, I'm not the, if you were in a job, we'll go this route, job, relationship, whatever, say like 5 years ago, and somehow this popped back up, you know, we just had Mercury retrograde, so no surprise there, but it pops back up and you're like, oh yeah, I can do that, or yeah, I would love to get to know this person again. And then it's like, you realize, like, shit, you know, this isn't quite what I thought it was going to be. Like, man, I really dodged a bullet with this person. I had this picture in my mind of who they were, or who I thought they were, and now I'm really seeing them for who they are. Or this job that, oh, I thought that I would really vibe with that job again, and now I've got a second opportunity, but it doesn't feel right to me. It's like, yeah, I like it, but that's not where I am anymore. So it's like, there's an awareness of the growth that you've had, probably on a spiritual plane, or just your up-leveling, your ascension, that the things that once were for you are no longer what suits you anymore. Maybe they met you at a place before where that's where you were, and it did work then, but you were having struggles. Spirit is saying struggles around that, so you made an exit of a situation, or made an exit from a situation, and then only to come back and revisit it. This was just meant to show you the growth that you've had, that you're not the same person that you were all this time before. And it's kind of like this is being highlighted, because now it's like, where do I go? You know, the Eight of Cups, and there's a truth behind that. There's the Ace of Swords. She's looking off into the sunset. She knows there's something better out there. Like, you know, let this shit burn, putting it to the back burner, not dealing with it anymore, walking away, moving into something that is more stable and more secure. And it's funny because I've got that King of Pentacles here, and then I've got the Knight of Pentacles. And you talk about those lessons, right? Like, you've learned, you're just not the same. That Hermit had to go in through a period of wisdom, learning, understanding, sitting with what he had experienced, allowing his faith to lead the way, right? Lighting the way forward. And that's leading you to go, there's other opportunities out there available to me, and that's what I'm going to take. So I do feel like you guys are going through this change, and I do, again, feel like somebody else is kind of like, where are you? What are you doing? Waiting. It's like they're waiting for you to make a move towards them, whether this is a person, a job, whatever the situation might be, where you're just not, it's almost like you're oblivious to it somehow, okay? And, you know, maybe that's what you need to do, but I do feel like you're, divinely guided. If this is work, give it 3 weeks, guys. Something new is going to come in for you, some kind of new opportunity, a completion to a cycle here. But it's about what you're learning at this time. It's about, like, recognizing the difference of who you were versus who you now are. So it's like, Spirit just said mastering a whole new skill set. Clarity and truth, revelations, honor, protect, determination. Like, don't let this defeat you. Like, if you feel, I feel like you may feel a little bad about leaving a situation, but it's like, oh, you know, it's almost like walking into a job interview and having the interview, and then, you know, they call you a week later, but in the meantime, something better came up, and you're like, oh, that's it. And it's not so much that the grass is greener. There's just something that resonates with your soul more than what you thought that this would. And through that, it's like, when they do call you back, they're like, hey, I'm really sorry, you know, I wasted your time, but this really isn't going to fit for me, or something to that effect. So it's like, there's something around a particular situation where you're gaining some clarity around what does work and what, and I just said is ascending, right? And there it is. Self-indulgence, self-worth, and value. There you go. Time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. You're gaining insight and knowledge to who you were, who you are, and realizing what no longer fits. So it's just like I'm gonna call it a simple clearing up of your energy this week, Cancer, where other people are kind of looking at you going, I expected more of you than that. And the feeling that I get from you guys is I just don't care. Like, I don't care what you expect of me. This is what I'm doing. This is what I need to do. And some of you are just completely oblivious to it. And I think it'll show itself eventually. Somebody's going to come in, or someone's going to say something. You're like, oh, I didn't even know they gave shit. You know, and it's like, well, we're moving on. Looking at pictures, missing new nostalgia, making new memories. Yeah, someone, again, is like, you know, coming in going, well, I thought that this is what we were going to do, or, you know, you wanted to come back around, or whatever this is. They're missing some sort of connection that you brought to the table, but it just, you can't live your life for other people. You have to live it for you. And I feel like there's somebody here that's putting a lot of responsibility on you in some capacity, that's like, well, this isn't for me. And yeah, evolving and growth, next phase, healing the inner child, releasing the past. You're moving on from something in karmic relationships, resentments and triggers, perception, intensity, and letting go, turmoil, and fleeting. And as I said, it could be like a bittersweet, like, oh, you know, I really did love that person, or that job, or that activity, or whatever it was, for a very long time, and I thought it was good for me. But you're, again, realizing that you're moving into a new phase of life. This is not the same as it used to be. You've evolved, you've changed. So it's like you just finding acceptance of that, and not worrying about what other people have to say or what they think you should be doing. It's none of their business, and what they think of you is none of your business. So just keep trudging forward, Cancer, okay? Beautiful little reading. I like this for you guys this week, so keep doing you, right? Keep moving forward. All right, if you found this video resonated for you, like, share, subscribe, comment. I appreciate all the love and support from all of you. I will see you again soon.